Work hard, pay taxes, follow the law, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get to retire before your knees give out. That's the promise. That's the pitch. But you know what retirement is? Retirement is when they finally let you stop working, but only after you're too tired to enjoy it. They hand you a gold watch, pat you on the back, and say, congratulations, you survived the factory tour of life. Please enjoy the buffet of medication and daytime television. And all along the way, people keep saying, that's just the way it is. What a lazy phrase. That's just the way it is. No, that's just the way we agreed to pretend it is. It's absurd that we all go along with it. It's like standing in line at the DMV. Everyone's miserable, everyone hates it, but we all just stand there like sheep because that's the way it is. Nobody questions why the process takes 3 hours to print a piece of plastic. Nobody asks why the number system jumps from 42 to 67 with no explanation. We just shrug and say, that's the way it is. Absurd. Life is like this big carnival where none of the rides are safe. The cotton candy costs more than your car payment, and the guy running the Ferris wheel looks like he hasn't slept since Nixon resigned. Well, we keep buying the tickets. We keep showing up because everybody else is doing it. And if you say, hey, maybe this whole carnival's a little ridiculous, people look at you like you're crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Crazy is pretending the tilt-a-whirl is fun when you know damn well you're going to puke in 5 minutes. That's the whole point. The absurdity never ends. The setup is everywhere. The human race is basically one giant open mic night, and none of us rehearsed. We're making it up as we go, and the punchline hasn't even landed yet. You ever notice how the only thing that keeps most of us from jumping off the deep end is a good laugh at the wrong moment? That's it. Laughter. People always tell you laughter is the best medicine. Really? The best medicine? No, the best medicine is actual medicine, but laughter is cheaper, has no side effects, and you don't have to wait an hour in a pharmacy line next to a guy coughing into his hand. Laughter is survival. That's all it is. You take this ridiculous mess we call life, traffic jams, bills, bosses, mother-in-laws, hemorrhoids, and you laugh at it because the alternative is crying, and crying doesn't help. Crying just makes your shirt wet and your face red, and people look at you on the subway like you're unstable. But laughing makes them wonder if maybe you know something they don't. Why is this guy chuckling at the fact that rent went up again? Is he in on a secret? Did he find the cheat codes? Think about it. The whole planet is basically a big asylum where nobody wants to admit they're the patient. You wake up, drag yourself through another day, and then you're supposed to do it again tomorrow. And you keep asking why. And the answer you always get is because that's what we do. Oh, that clears it up. Thanks, Doc. No wonder people cling to laughter. It's the only time the absurdity makes sense. Take jobs, for example. Work is the biggest cosmic prank of all. You spend your whole life trying to make money just so you can survive. And the job takes up all the hours of the day when you could actually be enjoying the survival. That's a setup so cruel it has to be comedy. You clock in at 9, shuffle papers, answer phones, sit through meetings where someone says e-synergy like it means anything. Then you look at the clock and realize it's still only 10:15 in the morning. At that point, you either laugh or you seriously consider faking your own death. Wins every time in meetings? Forget it. Meetings are proof laughter is the only survival mechanism we've got left. A meeting is just a bunch of adults sitting around a table pretending they're not wasting time. Let's circle back. Let's take this offline. Let's table that. Table what? We're already at a table. The whole meeting is a punchline, and the only way to survive it is to laugh quietly into your sleeve. Even the little everyday struggles, the ones nobody writes songs about. Those are the funniest. You ever try to get out of the supermarket with one item, just one item? You pick the line that looks the shortest. Whoa, this'll be quick. Wrong. The lady in front of you is paying with a personal check in 2010-something, writing it out like she's signing the Declaration of Independence. The guy behind the register has the speed of a glacier, and the bag boy looks like he's on his first day out of witness protection. By the time you leave, you could have cooked the damn thing from scratch. That's absurd. And the only thing keeping you from going berserk in the produce aisle is laughing at the whole scene. And families. Don't get me started. Families are the original absurdity machine. They say family is everything. Yeah, everything confusing, everything stressful, everything loud. You go to Thanksgiving and everyone's got advice. Uncle Frank tells you how to fix your car even though his has been on cinder blocks for 3 years. Aunt Linda tells you what you should do with your life, and her life looks like a cautionary tale. Then they all want to know why you're not married yet, or why you're not having kids, or why you don't visit enough. It's like, why don't you all get your own Netflix account and leave me the hell alone? Oh, but you smile, you laugh, because that's how you get through it without pouring gravy over somebody's head. And you know what else laughter does? It makes pain tolerable. You stub your toe on the coffee table, and for a second you think your whole leg is going to explode. But if somebody in the room says, well, that's one way to check if you're alive, suddenly you're laughing while hopping on one foot. Same pain, different reaction. Or you go to the doctor, you're sitting there in that paper gown that looks like it was designed by a sadist, and the doctor says, this won't hurt a bit. That's always a lie, isn't it? But if you can laugh about the fact that you're half naked in a room where the wall art came from a bargain bin, suddenly the whole thing feels survivable. The truth is, laughter is rebellion. Every time you laugh, you're saying, I see your nonsense world and I raise you a chuckle. Bills in the mail. Ha! Parking ticket on your windshield. Ha! Your favorite TV show canceled right after you finally got into it. Ha! Because the joke is on you if you don't laugh. The joke is always on you anyway. That's the beauty of it. You either laugh with it or it laughs at you, but perspective. That's the real punchline, isn't it? Everybody's walking around thinking they've got their own personal movie going on, starring them, directed by them, with a soundtrack picked out by some cosmic DJ. But here's the kicker. Nobody else is watching your movie. Nobody cares. Everybody's too busy starring in their own. It's like a theater where every seat has a projector pointing at the screen and everyone's complaining that the other guy's film is in the way. That's perspective. And once you figure that out, once you get the joke, everything in life becomes a little easier to sit through. The perspective is what saves you from taking it all so damn seriously. Because if you take life too seriously, you're going to spend half your time angry and the other half confused. Perspective lets you step back and say, wait a minute, this is all nonsense, isn't it? And once you can laugh at the nonsense, you're free. Take traffic, for example. Traffic is the ultimate test of perspective. You're sitting there, bumper to bumper, honking at people honking at you, everybody pretending they're the only one who has somewhere important to be. And you're cursing the guy in front of you because he didn't move up the extra 6 inches when the line shifted. But if you zoom out, if you change your perspective, you realize this is just a bunch of metal boxes filled with sweaty people, all trying desperately to beat a clock that doesn't care about them. It's ridiculous. And once you see that, you stop screaming at the windshield and start laughing at the fact that you're just another clown in the parade. Or think about money. Oh, money's the big one. Everyone takes money so seriously. I need to make more. I need to save more. I need to invest. Invest in what? Half the people buying stocks don't even know what the company does. They just hear a tech or energy and start throwing cash around like confetti. But step back, take a little perspective, and what is money? It's paper, that's all. Paper with faces on it. We cut down trees, grind them into pulp, dye them green, print numbers on them. And suddenly it decides whether you live in a mansion or in a box. That's insane. And yet we take it seriously because everyone else does. But if you keep perspective, you realize you're basically just trading pictures of dead presidents for sandwiches. Even relationships are all about perspective. You meet someone, fall in love, you think, oh, this is it. This person completes me. No, they don't. You were already a whole person. They just happen to laugh at your jokes at the right moment, and now you're sharing a Netflix account. That's all it is. That when the arguments start, and they always start, you think it's the end of the world. We'll never get through this. Then you step back, get some perspective, and realize you're fighting over which way the toilet paper roll should face. That's not love ending. That's just two monkeys fighting over cardboard. Perspective is why kids are funny without even trying. A kid can play with a cardboard box for hours and have the time of their life. They don't see a box, they see a spaceship, a castle, a submarine. That's perspective. And what do adults do? They look at the same box and complain about how much space it's taking up in the garage. Somewhere along the way, we traded imagination for irritation. We stopped seeing castles and started seeing clutter. And then we wonder why we're miserable. And religion? Oh, now there's a perspective factory. People get so wrapped up in believing they've got the ultimate truth, the final answer, the golden ticket. Our God is right, your God is wrong. But if you step back, if you look at the big picture, you see billions of people all clinging to different invisible friends, all convinced theirs is the only one worth talking to. From the right perspective, it looks less like salvation and more like a cosmic version of kids arguing about whose imaginary friend is cooler. And once you see it that way, it's kind of funny. Even the news is all about perspective. You turn on the TV and they're screaming at you about the latest crisis. Is the most important story of our lifetime. Yeah, until tomorrow, when something else is the most important story of our lifetime. But zoom out, look at the big picture, and you see it's all just a circus act designed to keep you panicked. Because a panicked person is a distracted person, and a distracted person isn't asking too many questions. The trick is to laugh at it, keep perspective, and remember that today's a breaking news is tomorrow's trivia question nobody gets right. And aging, oh, that's a great perspective shifter. When you're young, you think 30 is ancient. You look at a 30-year-old and go, wow, they've got 1 foot in the grave. Then you turn 30, and suddenly 50 doesn't look so bad. Then you hit 50, and 70 starts looking like a warm-up lap. That's perspective. You keep moving the goalpost so you can laugh at the fact that you're still in the game. The truth is, perspective is the difference between tragedy and comedy. The same event can make you cry or make you laugh, depending on how far back you stand when you look at it. Lose your job? Tragedy today. Comedy when you tell the story at a party 5 years later. Spill coffee all over yourself before a big meeting. Tragedy in the moment. Comedy once the stains wash out. The secret isn't in what happens, it's in how you frame it. And that's the real punchline. The big cosmic joke isn't that life is hard, it's that life is ridiculous. And the only power you've got is choosing how you see it. Step back, get some perspective, and suddenly all the nonsense turns into material.